Hey guys, so we are at McCormick Place. We just got here. We decided to take the train in instead of driving because this weekend there is Lollapalooza, so traffic and parking will be scarce to say the least. And so we're just taking the elevator upstairs to McCormick Place for Ready, Set, Teach. Woohoo! We made it! Now we're just trying to purchase tickets to get back home. I love this fountain. Look how pretty it is. And I like that you can see into like the atrium. That's really cool. Good morning. Okay, registration. Oh goodness. Oh my. Okay, so I'm headed to room 176 because I'm going into second grade. So I'm going to a workshop on balanced literacy for K through second. Hey guys, so I don't want people to think I'm crazy for talking to myself, but breakout session number 2 is about engaging ELs in discussion techniques. So we'll see how that goes. Hey, so I just finished my second session and now it is time for everybody's favorite part of the day, lunch. Okay, so we are flipping a coin to see what we're getting for dinner. Heads is Mexican, tails is Puerto Rican. Go ahead. Mexican. All right, Mexican it is. Good morning everyone. So I just got off the train and it is day 2 of the Ready, Set, Teach conference. And I've come to the realization that apparently I am a bag lady. I've got 2 bags on each, 1 bag on each shoulder. And I guess that's part of that teacher struggle though. I'm just walking from the train station to McCormick Place. I learned a whole bunch of things yesterday and so I'm very excited to see what kinds of things I will learn today. And at the end of the day I will come back on and just reflect on every single thing that I have seen and discussed and what I've learned from this conference. Bye! Hey guys, so I am finally back home after a very long 2 days and I just wanted to reflect on some of the things that I saw and enjoyed about the conference as well as some of the things that I thought could have been better. So I'll start with day 1. On day 1, my favorite thing that I saw was at the very end of the day. It was about differentiating sight words. And the reason that I really liked that one is because the instructor really got the importance of sight words. For example, she started by saying that she did daily 5 and she realized that with daily 5, even though they're manipulating like magnets and Play-Doh, they're still just manipulating individual phonemes. And she realized that even though students can say R-E-D, 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 they're not realizing that that is red. that word altogether is red. So she came up with many activities that were more focused on looking at the word and recognizing the word rather than breaking that word up into individual sounds. So that way the word actually is a sight word, a word that the students know on sight. I would say the workshop that I enjoyed the least would have to be the first one. It was on balanced literacy. The reason I picked this one is because although it was great in theory, it just was not enough time. So in theory, she was going to go over the components of a balanced literacy block, discuss how she breaks up her balanced literacy block, and have us read an article about the importance of balanced literacy and present upon the article. However, she didn't consider the fact that a lot of time was spent making sure that everybody got in and had a seat because it was so crowded. And so we lost a lot of time there, and I was sitting on the floor, so my view was very limited. And we didn't even get to the part of the workshop that I really wanted to see, which was how she takes her 90-minute literacy block and breaks it up so that way each component of the balanced literacy model is represented. Another thing that stood out to me was the way that the people who held the conference handled the lunch situation. So we had lunch up on the second floor, and they had various tables with the different types of lunch, and it was a lunch kit, which meant that it had a sandwich, a bag of chips, a cookie, and some pasta salad. And although it was good in theory that we would get to pick which one we wanted, there was a little bit of a disconnect as far as the follow through because some people were taking multiple lunches, so not everybody got to actually eat lunch because they ran out of food. Which leads me to day 2. On day 2, the lunch situation was a lot better. They realized that multiple people were taking multiple lunches. So on our way up to the lunch area, they gave everybody one ticket. And in order to get your lunch, you had to present that ticket to somebody who was waiting at the end of the line. And you only got one, so everybody only got to have one. And that helped the food last a little bit longer and accommodate for the fact that there were so many people there. So on day 2, I think the seminar that I liked the most was the Choice Math Centers. And the reason that I liked this one was because I wanted to improve the way I do math centers. At my old school, there were days where I did not have enough time to do actual completed math centers. I would work with a small group in the back of the room while the others were doing independent work. However, I didn't have actual workstations for my math centers, and so that is something that I really wanted to improve upon for this upcoming year. And I feel that the instructor at that workshop really gave a lot of examples. She showed us pictures from her classroom. She even showed us a video of the students in her classroom navigating through each center and transitioning through each center. So I was able to take a lot of great ideas and really start to think about how I want to form my math centers. Quick question though. For those of you who do math centers, do you have your students use choice in their math center rotation, or do you assign them? Are they manual ones where you are telling them you need to go to this, this, and this today? Which one do you prefer, and what do you think are the benefits? Please comment below and let me know what you think. A second favorite workshop that I had on day 2 was the movement one. It was about Go Noodle, and I am a huge fan of Go Noodle. I use it all the time in my classroom to allow my kids to get up and move and have an opportunity to stretch and get the endorphins kicking back and get the blood going back to their brain. And so I really was excited for that one, and I actually did get to sit with my friend for that one. So they started by having us actually get up and do a couple of the dance songs on Go Noodle. And then they talked about the basic free account, and then they talked about the premium account, which I believe my future district will pay for us to have the premium account. And they talked about the benefits of the premium account, as well as different ways that you can use Go Noodle to differentiate what you're doing in the classroom. So you can make, with the premium account, you can make customized word lists, you can do customized math problems that they can move to. You can even make it into a center where students can go and move around and do math and literacy activities with Go Noodle. So I got a ton of ideas about how I can incorporate that to all of my centers. I would say the workshop that I did not enjoy as much as the others on day 2 would have to be the performance assessment workshop. I feel like she was so busy doing surveys with the people in the room that she didn't really focus a lot about different types of performance assessments. She did show us a very short, about 30-second clip of some of her students doing individual reports and things like that, but a big majority of the time of that workshop was spent defining performance assessments and discussing the benefits of performance assessments versus traditional standard assessments. And I feel like that is something you would learn in a lot of your college method courses. So I felt like explaining it and giving us a lot of demographics and statistics about why performance assessments are important was really just not a good use of the time, because I feel like a lot of people wanted to go into that workshop and actually see it at work. Maybe even do a performance assessment in the room and see some more actual physical student samples. I feel like that really would have helped bring home the message. So that is it. Thank you so much for coming along with me to the Ready, Set, Teach workshop at McCormick Place. I really had a wonderful time. I love going to conferences and workshops like this because it always helps me keep improving, keep self-reflecting, and ultimately keep emerging as an educator. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe for more videos.